Good morning, my dear YouTube friends. I am working a festival today. Well, I'm working the Big Tent Festival in Quartzsite. And I'm working like 7 hours, I think, and I get a half hour for lunch. And so I am preparing my lunch to heat up in the van while I'm working. And then when I have my half hour, I can just come out and I'll have a hot meal waiting right for me, which is 8 million times better than buying any of the fair festival type foods here, all that fried. Well, it's all meat anyways, nasty. And also because I have such a short time, it doesn't make sense to go wait in line somewhere and wait for them to, wait for the booths. Sometimes there's lines around lunchtime at those booths to get food. So I'm just avoiding that whole nightmare and preparing my own lunch. Hot lunch to be ready. So I have this. I've had this before. I don't know if you can. Here we go. There we go. This is what I'm making today. I've had this before. This is the from Upton Naturals. Now, not all their stuff is vegan, so make sure you read the boxes. Some of it's vegetarian. I think they use milk or something silly. But this one in particular is really good. And it is pre-cooked. Let's see if you can get right in there and you'll see what's in there. Pre-cooked sauce, tofu, and noodles. Pre-cooked the pad see ew sauce, tofu and vegetables with rice noodles and sesame seeds. And it's all like ready basically, and so the Hot Logic is just gonna heat everything up so it's nice and warm when I'm ready for lunch. Okay, so these are the components of the box. There's this foil packet. This has the sauce in it. There's the noodles that do need to be focus. The noodles that need to be cooked, and then there's sesame seeds that you sprinkle on top. Now, you can put this pouch directly into the Hot Logic, like right on the burner. You don't have to put this in a separate container if you don't want to. So anytime you get any pre-made meals, like a lot of like the Indian food stuff, it comes in these pouches. You can just put that right on the right on the burner, right in there, because it just like heats it right up. You can just like go like that if you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm following the instructions on the. I've done this before and it worked out really well. I'm following the instructions on the box that says how you do it in a microwave, which is you combine the noodles and sauce together with a half cup water. So I'm going to do that in this dish right here. I'm going to put the noodles, the sauce, a half cup water, and put the lid on top, put it in the Hot Logic, and that's it. And when it's ready to serve, or when I'm ready to eat, I'll sprinkle it with the sesame seeds. Alright, there it is, the noodles and the sauce, and you can see the water in there. I actually crushed up the noodles a bit, because if you leave it in that like tight pack that they come in, then some of them won't get cooked all the way because they're not covered in the water or the sauce. So I crushed them up as best I could, and then I'm gonna put my lid on here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Talent, kids, talent. And I'm just going to give it a good shaking. I could stir it if I want, but that's going to get another utensil dirty. So we're not doing that. Give it a good shakers. You can see in there, everything's all combined together. And the noodles should all cook well that way. Goes in the Hot Logic, just like that. Actually, I'm going to pop the steam lid right there a little bit. And I don't know if you realize when I said this, what I'm doing is my van is parked, and it's going to be about 4 hours before I get my lunch break. So this is going to be plugged in for 4 hours with my van off. And I've done this before as well, and it has worked out fine. My battery hasn't run down. Now, I would recommend before you do it that you get your battery checked. I had my battery checked. And also I've tested it. Also I have a standalone jump start just in case I really screw up. You can never be over prepared, right? So if you look at the wattage that these take, it's so minimal. Really, it's minimal compared to like what your battery has. So I mean, people do have said that this has drained their batteries, you know, but they probably had a, like, old, you know, junky battery to begin with. So, before you do it, like, get your battery checked, for real. And then, you know what? 4 hours drawing, this little Hot Logic Mini doesn't draw that much power. So, it works out great. So, there's my Hot Logic Mini sitting in my passenger seat. And, excuse the disaster over here. Plugged into my cigarette lighter, and I'm gonna come back, well, whenever I get my lunch break, and have a nice hot lunch. I'll see you then. Here we are. Look at that. Everything's all cooked. The noodles are perfect. The sauce, I mean, I've had this before. It tastes amazing. Look at that. Hot Logic came through for me again. I'm gonna sit here and have a hot lunch while everybody else is eating the most atrocious looking fried food I've ever seen in my life. There was literally a plate like stacked like 6 inches tall, just fried. I don't even know what it was. You couldn't even identify what it was. It was just fried. Oh man. Thank you, Hot Logic. I didn't have to like rely on but me, I'm gonna have a healthy lunch here and a hot lunch. Hope you're all having a good day, and I will talk to you soon.